Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the first in the series of a few short videos showing you some tips and tricks and some guides on Bluebeam. These videos will be roughly around 5 to 10 minutes long and just really concentrating on some various key elements of Bluebeam that will hopefully help you and you'll find useful and give you a bit more confidence with using the software. So today's video is really just giving you a little bit of insight on how to scale drawings and how to change the orientation of a drawing that you get either from a client, from a consultant, or that you created yourself and you open up and it doesn't really look right to you. So firstly, how to scale a drawing in Bluebeam. So there are kind of two ways, or I suppose two types of drawings that you might come across. And the first one will be your padded drawing that you get from consultants or that you've done yourself and are on drawing borders and have a proper scale. So on the right hand side, normally say 1 to 100 at A1 or 1 to 200 at A2 or AO or something like that. So you've got those sorts of drawings, and then you've also got the drawings that get sent to you that have absolutely no scale on them whatsoever. And the key thing about Bluebeam is ensuring that your drawing is scaled so that it is as accurate as it can possibly be. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you how to scale drawings properly in Bluebeam, and it should be the first thing that you do when you get a drawing to ensure that any work you do on that drawing is within the right dimensions. So as you can see, I've got Bluebeam open. It's an interface that you guys hopefully will be relatively familiar with. I will, as we go through, just show you some little tips and some of these menus that probably will be of interest to you. But let's get started with the first drawing. So I'm just going to open up a drawing that I've got here, and this is one that was created by myself. It is a scale drawing in the sense that the drawing was created with dimensions. But because of the way the software works that was used to create it, it doesn't actually provide you with a scale. So the key thing here is to try and understand, well, what's the dimensions that we're working to? So the most important tool for scaling drawings is here on the left-hand side, or you can find it up here in the Tools menu under Measure. And it's this one here, is the Calibrate. And what this does is this calibrates your drawing for you. And there are like I said, there are two ways to calibrate a drawing. You can either put in a fixed dimension or you can put in a specific dimension. So you can use either this particular calibrate tool here, or you can go over to the left hand side and click on the measurement button, and it will bring up this interface. And as you can see, we've got a scale or a calibrate button here. So it's ready for me to calibrate this drawing. But because I don't have a scale, therefore I can't use one of these presets that you've got here. So I have to create a custom scale. So what I want to do is that I want to click on this calibrate button here, or you use the tool button in the measure. So they're both the same, and click on calibrate and it will bring up a little crosshair, as you can see there. And then what I want to do is I want to find a point in the drawing that I can use as a reference. And most commonly used are doors. So most doors tend to be between 0.8 and 0.9192. So you can be pretty accurate with your measurements. So when I created this drawing, I was on site and using a laser measurer, and these doors are measured at 0.8. So I know that if I use this calibrate tool, just to zoom into that door a bit more, click on one side, drag it over to the other, and as you can see, it brings up this calibrate table here, and it's asking me, okay, well, that is the measurement that it's measured it on the drawing, which is 0.5 centimeters. So what do I want that to represent? So in this case, I want that to represent 0.8 meters, which is within 0.01 precision, so it's pretty accurate. Click on apply scale and it's done. So that drawing is now scaled. However, what you just need to bear in mind is that if you've got a drawing that has got more than just one page, so for instance, you've got ground, first, second, third, or fourth, and it's all in the same kind of package rather than coming as separate drawings, then you can click on this button here, which is the Apply to Page Range button. If you click on that, it will ask you, do you want to apply this scale to every single page that's in that document? So as you can see here, I've only got one page, but you might have 4, you might have 5. So you choose the range and then you click on Apply Scale. And therefore, that drawing is now scaled. So just to double check, I'm going to go to the length measurement tool here, which is obviously in my toolbar. But again, you can find this up here in the measurement. And I'm just going to double check the measurement of that particular door. So I'm going to click there from my crosshair, and I'm going to drag that over. And as you can see, the measurement of that is 0.8. So you can now pretty much guess that you can, get the measurements of all of these areas and use that as a guide to then do your design. So that is the kind of, I suppose, the more difficult way of scaling a drawing, but it just gives you that confidence that what you're doing on there in terms of, especially if you're doing fire alarm designs, that the measurements are pretty much 99.9% accurate. However, if you're lucky enough to get a drawing that is scaled from a consultant, then it's actually a lot easier. So what we're going to do here, we're just going to close down this particular drawing. So we're not going to save that. And then we're going to open up another drawing here. Bear with me. Let's click on open. And then we're going to open up this drawing here. So as you can see, although it's not on borders, but the consultant has been kind enough to give me a scale, which is good. Just means that it's relatively easy. And again, it's the same process. You can either, you can either use the calibrate tool up in the measurements, but the easiest way is to click on the measurement tab here on the left hand side. See where we've got calibrate, and you've got these two buttons. You've got preset and custom. Just click on preset, choose your scale, which in this case is 1 to 200, and then click on apply to page range. Click apply scale, and your drawing scaled. And again, if you just wanted to double check, as we said before about doors, they tend to be anywhere between kind of 0.8 and 0.91/2, give or take a few centimeters. So click on your length measurement tool and just do the same thing again. Just measure, and as you can see, that is 0.95, which again is still relatively within scales. The odd centimeter here or there really isn't going to make that much difference. So your drawing scaled, and it means again you've got the confidence to know that obviously any measurements you're doing, any designs, again especially with life safety, that they're within the kind of infinite 99.9% of what the actual building will be. So those are the two ways that you can scale a drawing. So finally, the last thing that I'm just going to show you before we end this video is that just how to kind of orientate your drawing, because sometimes drawings do come in a different orientation, and it's not actually that easy to find the menu to flip your drawings. So what I did is that I went into the tools and the toolbar menu here, and actually have just got every single toolbar open, more so because it's just easier to navigate your way through the top bar rather than having to keep going into here. And what you'll find here is that there are these two icons here, which is rotate anti and clockwise and anti-clockwise, and they're quite handy if you've got a drawing that has been sent to you that is kind of been orientated the wrong way. You can literally just click on those to flip the drawings round to suit obviously what you need that drawing, the way you need that drawing to be. Again, a relatively simple little kind of fix, but a handy one at that. So just want to take the time to thank you for watching this video. Obviously the first one that I've done and my first ever YouTube video. So again, I apologise for the audio quality. It's hopefully it's not too bad and you've been able to follow what I've been, what I've been showing you, and it's been clear. Any comments that you've got, I would appreciate you leaving them in, obviously below in the comment section. If you like this video, then give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe.